Joining us now, live from Iran, is NBC News correspondent Ali Arouzi in Tehran. Ali, today the White House made it very specific that they do not have intelligence evidence indicating that Iran was a prime mover or seriously involved in the actual planning of this invasion, but certainly and Iran is also not in any way stepping forward to take credit for it.
That's right. I mean, the State Department said that there was no smoking gun, but they did say that Iran was probably complicit, and that's because Iran has supported Hezbollah and Hamas for so many years. They've been their patron. They've given them a lot of money, a lot of weapons, and a lot of training. But it was quite interesting today, Lawrence. For the first time since those attacks, the top authority in the country, Ayatollah Khamenei, gave his first televised speech since Hamas attacked Israel. And he denied Tehran was involved, but he did hail the attacks. He glorified them, saying that Israel's irreparable military and intelligence defeat was great. He was wearing a Palestinian-type scarf to show solidarity with Hamas. And he went on to say that he kisses the hands of those who planned the attack on the Zionist regime. He called the attack a destructive earthquake that had destroyed critical infrastructure in Israel that can't be repaired easily. And then he issued a warning to Tel Aviv. He said that if the Israelis go on and enforce a ground attack on Gaza, as he put it, it would unleash a much heavier torrent of anger. Now, even though officials here have denied any involvement, Tehran, since the beginning of this attack, has openly and enthusiastically supported the attacks by Hamas. Leading up to the attack, there was a flurry of senior Hamas leaders visiting Tehran from June till just a couple of weeks ago. They were having meetings with top Iranian officials, including Khamenei, the head of the IRGC's Quds Force, and other very senior officials in this country. If you take a look at the IRGC channels, there was a lot of cheer going on and some level of pride over these attacks. And look, basically, ideologically, Hamas and Iran are not on the same page. One is Sunni, the other is Shia. They have different interests in the region, especially in places like Syria. But what they do have in common is a shared hatred of Israel. And for Iran, this isn't so much about wanting Hamas to succeed, but this is about wanting to hurt Israel by any means. And that's why they've thrown their weight behind Hamas. As Secretary Blinken said, Hamas wouldn't be Hamas without Iran. And that's why Tehran has been one of Hamas's main supporters for so many years, providing it with financial assistance and vast quantities of weaponry, including rockets. And what was also interesting is if you go onto Khamenei's website, he's boasting about how the General Soleimani, who the Trump administration took out, was actively involved in arming Palestinians. The website writes about Soleimani being able to funnel weapons and all sorts of things into Gaza, circumventing blockades. And they credit him with helping the Palestinians go from fighting Israel with rocks to rockets. So they take a lot of pride in where Hamas is today. They feel like they've built them up to what they are today, to the point of their sophisticated attack, which they weren't capable of before. The Iranians are basically saying, we've allowed them to become so sophisticated over all of these years. And of course, Iran also wields enormous influence over Hezbollah, who have launched some mortar attacks on Israel. Hezbollah answers to Tehran. So if there was to be a big attack from Hezbollah, I think the United States and Israel would clearly see that at the hands of Iran. Lawrence?
NBC's Ali Arouzi, thank you very much for joining us at this early hour in the morning in Tehran. Ali, really appreciate you joining us again.